Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is the first day of the acoustic energy pool to expand your receiving. So, the first question is, what have you decided about your receiving? And so, what are the things that you are willing to receive? So, everywhere you decided that there are things that you are willing to receive, and also there are things that you are unwilling to receive. So we will now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate. Because. Here is the big because. It's the because beyond all because. Receiving, in that sense, um, is not what you think. So receiving means you have no points of view about something and you are willing to have clarity about it. That's receiving. Whether it's an energy, whether it's a situation, whether it's a lie, whether it's something terrible or whether it's something great, you are not having a projection or an expectation of what it is. You're willing to have clarity about it. With no points of view, of course. That's when you can have clarity. And when you decide about something that this is what I'm willing to receive, and that is something I'm not willing to receive, then you already have a judgment. And that is not receiving. It's not receiving not just because you have a judgment, but it's not receiving because you decided that if you receive something, you sort of like let it affect you. But it's not how receiving works. Because if you not let something to affect you, guess what? You are not receiving, right? But it still affects you. And that's the problem. And how, yeah, how many things there are in your system, in your space, in your universe that you decided that I don't want to have this, I don't want to receive this. Let's say this is the first group. So what happens? These things will sit in your universe and affect you. So the energy of theirs will affect your body, will affect your being as well. And the other part, how many things are there that what's happening? Oh, yeah. So how many things are there that you sort of decided that it's overwhelming, it's too much for me, it's now I don't have time to deal with it. I will think about it later. I will make a decision later. Now I'm busy. Now I'm tired. Now I'm overwhelmed. So these things will, you will put it into batch processing. In that sense, it means there is a waiting room and you put all of them into the waiting room. Guess what? They will affect you. This is the second group that will affect you. And then, unfortunately, there is a third group, at least, if there are not more, that will affect you. All the things that you sort of like misunderstood or you have misconceptions about it, like you think what it is, but actually it is not that thing. So you take it because it seems to be that thing. So you, let's say you misalign and misapply these things, or you put, you know, let's say you wrongly identify these things. One very simple example is all the feelings, thoughts, emotions, judgments, expectations of others that you identify as yours. You have nothing to do with these things, but you identify it as yours. So they will be in your universe because you take it and they will affect you. And you can't do much with this because it's not yours unless you return it back to sender. So at least we have three groups about things that are affecting you and you don't want to deal with them, or you decided you already dealt with them. Okay. And this is the first thing to have clarity about. So let's deal with them. But before we deal with them, there is another part. What have you decided about the speed of your processing? Okay, processing. So that's when something shows up in your universe. Let's say you have to make a decision, and you say like, "Nah, I don't have clarity about it. Nah, I have no idea what to do with this. I need more time. I don't get it." So how much effort you should put into it to make your, let's say, your knowing that slow. You turn your knowing into thinking. So everywhere you are in this slow processing mode where you can't make a decision quickly, or you decided that making a decision is the most important thing to make it right. You have to make a right decision because you are afraid of making a wrong decision. So everywhere you are afraid to make a wrong decision. You are looking for perfectionism. I'm looking for the perfect choice, the perfect decision. And then, yeah, you know, here comes procrastination, like waiting for the necessary information. And because because you decided that you are not going to make a quick decision because this is a really important topic and you don't want to make anything wrong. Therefore, you don't process it. So there is the thing in your life, in your energetic system, in your space, in your universe. There is that thing showing up, and you don't make a decision. So you don't process it. So it will keep banging your door, like knocking on your door and not letting you have a rest, even knocking your back door, whatever we call it. So, okay, so what have you decided about your capacity of processing that doesn't allow you to know it immediately, as you should know it immediately, to have clarity about it immediately. And to this topic, there is another thing belongs that about your capacity of receiving the whole spectrum of intensity of any situation, of any topic. Because there is the very high intensity level where you decide it's too much. Therefore, I'm not receiving it because it may overload my system. It may disturb me. It may disrupt me. It may, ruin my life or whatever. So I'm not going to receive this. It is too much. So therefore, you block your receiving. And then there is that area. So, okay, what happens with this? You put it into the waiting room. So it will disturb you anyway. And it will make you feel overwhelmed. Imagine that how many things that are in your system that are waiting to be processed. It's like you are overloaded unknowingly, and it doesn't really let you make any decision because you are always tired, you are overburdened, but actually you don't do much. And then there is another part. The other part is all those things which intensity is very low, very tiny. Sort of like you say, it's not important at all because I can't even feel it. I can't even see it. I can't even sense it. It's not important. But how many things there are that are actually, it's, like you made a decision based on intensity. If something is really loud, like in other words, high intensity, then it's important. If something is low intensity, then it's unimportant. And how many times information shows up with low intensity? Like energy, certain things, energy shows up with low intensity. Or how many things there are that are not low intensity, but let's say you don't have the capacity to translate that energy, like it don't make sense, or you cannot pick up that energy. If I cannot pick up, it doesn't make sense. It's not necessary to pick up, so I don't care. But it will be in your system, disrupting you again. And so imagine that all the things that are high intensity, it's in your system, overloading you. And the thing is that anything that you don't receive, it's like you don't receive the information behind it. So you will always lack information. Therefore, you cannot make a decision. How many things you decided that it's too much, so it's high intensity. So it's in the waiting room because you don't receive it. How many things you decided it's too low intensity or the intensity is not even, or you cannot pick up what is that. So it's waiting in the waiting room and it's overloading you. And you don't get that information as well. How many things you decided that not important or you don't care or you don't want to receive. It's in the waiting room. How many things you decided that it's important, you want to receive that, but it's like mistakenly, it's wrongly labeled. Like it's not yours. So you take it, but it's not yours, so it will affect you. And overload again. So all these things are overloading you, and you don't get the information. And it's just a burden. Okay, so imagine that, or if you follow me, can we agree on that, that if we clear this, it will make your life better? Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, that's it. So let's make our life better. And I guess you all choose this, even if you don't say. So that's Simon says, let's run clearings. Okay, we still have time. So first of all, expand out. Yeah. Let's run the energy pool and we will ask for the universe of energy pools, acoustic energy pools to contribute to us. Let's do it now.